Hello guys, how's your rainy Saturday evening, everyone? Welcome to our weekend episode of our daily stock market insights. And yes, let's take a look at how the market performed yesterday. And of course, I have already prepared some uh, trending stocks highly talked about in our Investograms. And as you can see here, these are our stocks. And if your stock is not part of the list, just feel free to comment down below so I can uh, include them in my next video. Okay, in the meantime, if this is your first time to watch our video, we're doing this every day. And we just merely review stocks from the Philippine market. Sometimes I also do record stocks from the international market. So let's see later if I can record one. In the meantime, if you have not subscribed yet to our channel, please hit the subscribe, hit the like, and of course the notification bell if you want to continue to monitor our videos so you're always updated. In the meantime, let's start. Let's talk about PSEI. Okay, very good recovery here for PSEI. That's a good 4.82% increase. So very, very obvious here that all of our majority of our stocks in the index are performing well. Okay, so I feel that from a very constricted Bollinger Band right over here, we're starting to trigger the upper band. That means we will be seeing some more bullish actions in the coming days for the market. Okay, so very promising. Let us see how it pans out in the individual stocks. Well, first of all, let's talk about DITO. DITO also trying to stabilize here, and the sentiment is now above the MA20 line, so that's good. So chances are we might be triggering some more bullish actions in the coming days as well. So just in case you're interested to get in, enter between 2.18 to 2.25. That will be a good entry price. Start accumulating, meaning if you have 100,000 in your buying power, just partially buy, and then as it moves higher, then you can add some more volume right there. So at least you're already for sure that the trend is going upwards. Okay, 2.18 is our support level. Next is JFC. JFC, on the other hand, has a different story here, but I believe, some big players are just pulling down the price here because this is not yet the support level, and I feel that with them selling some shares, it'll bring the price lower, and then that's when they get in again. Does that make sense? They uh, sell the position, and then of course people will feel that it's still going down, and then people will continue to sell their positions as well because the trend is going downwards. And then when it hits the support level, I feel that it is going to do a double bottom at this point. 92.04, we're heading towards that direction. So if you feel that this is already a very cheap level, yes, you are correct, but I feel that you can still get it at a much cheaper price, which is around 92.04, and very obvious here. Okay, so this is where price stopped at one point, and to confirm that, so when it touches this area right over here, let's see how your RSI behaves. If you still see the same pattern as what you have at the moment, which is moving to the upside, so that's what you call bullish divergence. Once you hit a flat line at the same area, like what we have here, for instance, it stops at 92.04, and this is maintained, then that's a good area to start accumulating. I feel that that's where it'll bounce back up. Okay, let's talk about MAC. MAC, I think, is so. When was this? Wednesday, Thursday? There was a slight recovery right over here. So I think it'll just retest your support area normally, which is normally the case when we start moving higher. So it moves higher and then it retests. Oops. Something to this effect. Okay, move up, retest the support, and then goes higher. Okay, at the same time, you will have what you will already have a triple bottom in that case at 3.57. If you still have the same pattern as well, similar to the concept that we have previously, If it continues to move higher, then that means you will most likely be bouncing at 3.57. So far, this is already the bottom that I see for MAC. I think 52-week low is 3.42. Yeah, which is very near. I think this is the area right here. Okay, so that's the support level that we are seeing. It will continue to drop in the coming days, but watch out because you're very near a good entry price. However, you also have to take into consideration the fundamentals. If you are interested in this stock at this point, I think because this company is in the transport business, so we'll see, and try to also look at the fundamentals of the company. Otherwise, if the chart looks attractive, I suggest just do day trading for the meantime, unless we see a concrete plan for our, for companies in the same industry. All right. What about Cebu Pacific? Okay, Cebu Pacific. Okay, so there's a slight recovery right here. There's even a gap up that happened paired with the right volume. Well, yes, I think it will continue to move higher with your next resistance, of course, at the MA20 level. Okay, that's your next possible resistance right there, short-term resistance. And I'm thinking the bounce that we are experiencing for Cebu Pacific is very temporary. Um, Although there's a good volume right here, but we don't really know yet if at the MA20 area people will be taking profit. So just be 2-3 steps ahead, and as soon as you see some signs of weakness, let's say a red candlestick being formed at the MA20 line, just be conservative and take profit right away, or partially take profit if you're a long-term investor here. And when you see decline actions, then you can re-enter. But again, Cebu Pacific right now, it might take some time before they can recover their losses, because at the moment the sentiment of the market or the people they're not very interested in traveling anywhere anytime soon. So just be prepared for that. Your money will sleep for a long time, but if you're all set because you know that you are in it to begin with as a long-term investor, then there's nothing to worry. Tech is okay, just doing some sideways movement here, but I feel that this stock will just follow the trend of the overall, the majority. There's a big chance that, because anyway, we're sitting at the support level, and resistance over here, and then some consolidation that happened over here. So, and volume wise, no one's already selling, so very very small volume, while the price is just flatlining at the support level. So I feel that any moment from now in the coming days, you will see some bounce happening here, but don't get in yet. As always, wait for that green candlestick to come out within this area just to validate the support, and just to establish that the momentum starting to build up right now. For this, just start putting it in your watch list. You already have some foreign buying at the moment, and that's the only thing we're waiting for. Something like this, a green. There's a red, and then the green candlestick came out. Just to confirm, also something like this. Okay, so that's your confirmation. Right, but take note, of course, stock market, being in the stock market, that's a game of patience. It doesn't, we know that it will potentially change its direction, but sometimes it doesn't take overnight. It takes a few days or even weeks before our analysis come into play. The next one is SECB. Last week, I think all the banks are starting to recover. Let us see. So this is already a sign that your SECB is starting to show some bullish actions here. It's red because it just respected your MA20 line here. The nearer it got to MA20, there was some form of rejection. So I feel that this is just trying to retest the support that we have here, something like this, and then continues to move higher. So anywhere from 78 to 81. Of course, the nearer you are to the 78 level, that's even better. So wait for the stock to revisit that area before you get in. Overall, you're still at very near the, that's just at the 29, 30 area in our RSI. So we're still at a cheap level. Let's take a look at, this is Bloomberg, by the way, SECB. Okay. All right. So P ratio is 5.81. Okay. And so I discovered something earlier. So I was watching a video. I forgot which channel was that, but it's a Filipino channel. This person is also doing some stock market insights. I saw his link in our Instagrams page, and yeah, he was mentioning about price to book ratio, and the goal here is that when a price to book ratio is lower than 1, that's a good level. That means the price is at the oversold level. But if it goes higher than 1, then that means it's starting to become expensive. So I think, yeah, this simply validates that SECB is really at the um, very cheap level right now. Okay, so 78, that is our support level for SECB. MWIDE. For MWIDE, okay, it's just validating the support. There's a slight recovery, but there was, it did not sustain when you had this slight bounce. It was merely uh, sold the next day with even much higher volume. So I think I will not be surprised if it will do sideways first, but overall you're at a very cheap level now. So I think it will just do sideways first within the 4.60 level before it continues to move higher. So overall you already have a bullish divergence here. There you have it. Price is moving higher. My line is not straight, but price is already moving higher in your RSI. There's momentum building up while the price is moving downwards, and at this point it's just trying to retest your support, which is around 4.60 level before it goes higher. Okay, so just observe. Next is Bloom. Okay, I think this is a good sign that Bloom will continue to move higher in the coming days. So if you want, you can haggle a little bit. I'm not 100% sure if the market will give you a chance at the 5.51, but the best route here is right here, 5.91, because this used to be your resistance. So we officially broke that resistance. So chances are it will go higher, and then I don't know how many days it will go higher, but it does something like this. Okay. That's what we normally see. So when it goes higher, it rests. But we don't really know how big of a jump, because last time there was a massive downward, and it only breathed after what? Almost after a month, right? So we don't really know if it will continue to move higher. So find your good entry, and so far we're facing a possible breakout play here. In fact, I think this is already a breakout play paired with the right volume over here. So just ride along. Okay, 5.91 is the support that we have. 5.91, 5.92, actually up to 6.02. Okay, because it's an area. If you really want to be very accurate, there you have it. Okay, around 6.02, that's the support level that we see right now. Or if you want, you can just follow the starting price, which is 5.90. over here. That's your haggle. Okay, because some people might take profit. Green, another promising stock here. I see green. We're just trying to exercise the new learnings that we have for today. Green. Okay. Also at the 0.80 right here. 0.81. Okay. So still at the cheap level. Where could it be next? Okay, so in case the market takes profit, this is the nearest support that we see for this particular stock. That is 1.46. Okay, 1.46 in case the market gives you a chance right there. But this is another stock that is obviously in an uptrend. Okay, uptrend. Okay, that's just following that path over there. Now 1.46 is our support. The volume is still very significant there, but just at any time you see some weakness, you already take note, you're already at the overbought level. But hey, sometimes you can stay in an overbought level for quite some time. Same is true when you had something like this. It was at the oversold area for a long time. So we can also have something like that, same scenario. And yeah, at least you still have some promising risk to reward ratio, still at a promising level right here. So this was on a decline for a long time, right? And it even reached 3 peso level, 350 level. Okay, so on to the next. Now, what about now? Now is you only have 87. No one's showing some interest yet. And just be extra careful because we also have to consider the fundamentals of the stock. So this is very near your support area, but no volume yet. So it might take a while before this price gets lifted or gets pushed higher. Okay, it might do sideways for quite some time before it recovers. BDO. BDO, very good. So interesting. My average here is around 101. And yeah, several days of a decline, but managed to recover all that in just 3 days. Okay, so I feel that yes, we will continue to move higher. This is part of the index, and as you can see, the index is just about to to push the upper Bollinger Band higher, and so we might see the same traction in our banking industry. And BDO is of course part of the index, and we feel that we will be able to move higher here. All right. So see, if I panicked when I saw the price moving downwards, then I will be missing this opportunity. I did not panic merely because I already knew my objective for BDO, and that is to be in this stock for a long time, because this is a very stable company, and we're in it for long-term investing. We might even have to add some more volume. Okay, the next one is URC. This is another stock where we also invested in, and yep, we're already positive in this stock, although there's a short-term resistance at the level where it is at right now. So just in case the market takes profit, well, for those of you guys know that this is the range we have at the moment for support and resistance. Okay, so this is your support, 117, and this is your resistance at the area where it is at right now. We also got qualified in the dividend, which is 1 peso and 65. So the release of that would be June 26th. Okay, so another promising stock ahead of us here. Okay. So 117. If the market gives us a chance, sometimes it only drops up to your MA20 level. So I'll also plot that because there's also a support buildup there. Okay, 126.21. Use SECB. Okay, let's see SECB. Oh, we already talked about it. Oh yeah. Puregold. Puregold, still be very extra careful there. Unless this is our new support. If it will create a support at that area, this looks like a hammer if it indeed that's a support. We might see some more bullish actions there around that area. Okay, do you see this? This used to be your resistance area as well, became a support here. Okay, so 45 to 46 area, that will be an area to closely monitor. Interesting, with a very big volume right here. Okay, so let's see. Maybe there's a trigger there. Why did we have that much volume? Because June 1st, we're going to be, I believe June 1st, right? We're going to be on a GCQ already. So some of the businesses will be operational, although not 100%, but businesses are starting to open, and that may have significantly influenced the movement and the volume in last Friday's market performance there. Big jump. Look at that. Okay, so I feel that it will continue to move higher. MWIDE. We already talked about MWIDE. Let's talk about IDC. IDC, nice bounce. You have a bounce for IDC, guys. So if you want to get in, that's 1.68 is the support that we have. So try to haggle anywhere from 1.68 to 1.81. But of course, you know where our bias is. It's always very near your support. So if you can enter the nearer you are to 1.68, the better. ICT. Same with the previous stock. Nice volume here, right? That means the sentiment is there. People find it interesting. I mean, they find it attractive. So this is your support. That's your support area. So as you can see, it's an area, so slightly higher or lower would be fine. And the reason why we said that that is the area is because you have some consolidation right here. Also here previously, there was a slight overshoot though, but for several days that established a support. So 83.13 or 83 level, that is the support area. Anywhere from that to 87.7, I feel that that is a very promising entry price. Very good risk to reward ratio still. BPI. Let's take a look at BPI. Nice. BPI also triggering a breakout play. 63.81. Okay. And volume, present, resistance, previous resistance over here, this one too. And now, because we broke out of that resistance, then of course we are looking at this level as our new support. It might continue to move higher, but at one point know that it will retrace and create a support at the area where it is, where we plotted 63.81. Okay, so again, a very good blue chip company, of course, to start accumulating volume. Okay, so really overall, we're hoping that this pandemic is over so that all our portfolios will also be recovering. And I feel that if you just manage your emotions, and if you're in it as a long-term investor, stand by it. Just hang in there. When it dips, when it dips and you have buying power, just buy some more. Because we don't really know how long this will take, but just condition your mind that it might take some time. But what's important is you are invested. You didn't waste the opportunity, because it doesn't happen. It's we've seen it happen in 2008 recession, and we managed to recover, right? I feel that we also have the same situation right now, and we don't really know how long it will take. But what's important is the concept of saving and investing. You're not wasting money while the stock prices are still very low. You're invested, and not regret someday that you were not able to do it while the market is down. But for now, my recommendation is think like a long-term investor. Always have that mindset for now. If you're not 100% confident yet with your trading skill, only engage in stocks that you know are very stable, or probably part of those blue chip companies. At this point, those are the stocks that I am recommending. Stocks that are for sure not going to be bankrupt because of this situation. Even if their revenue has declined a little bit, but at least there's revenue coming in. Okay, one example, of course, the food industry. For example, I'm not recommending, okay, but one example is URC or San Miguel, right? Let's see San Miguel. Okay, look at that. Okay, very cheap level for San Miguel, but ask yourself, does San Miguel continue to manufacture their their product? If the answer is yes, then revenue is still on. But look at the sentiment of the market right now. It's a cheap level. So I think this is another promising stock to start monitoring, and then if you have buying power, invest. So I'm not really afraid to recommend stocks like this because it's safe and they give out dividend. See that? Amidst the pandemic, they still give out dividend. That means they're still gaining. There's a slight decline in their revenue, but they still have revenue. Let's take a look at SMC. SMC. See that? The PE ratio, don't mind that because it's based on historical performance. Sometimes even the big companies will have a PE ratio of lower than the actual price. But this is something that I want to highlight here. If it's lower than 1, that means it's a promising state at the moment. That means it's cheaper to invest at this point because it's lesser than 1. Okay, so that's 96 level. Yeah, so put this in your watch list. Okay, SMC, I'll just add that. All right, so I think at this point, that's the first set of our recording. If you want us to review some stocks that are not part of the list, feel free to comment down below so I can prioritize your request. In the meantime, I hope you subscribe, hit the like, click the notification bell so that you're always updated with our next video. Thank you, and bye-bye for now. And let's chat again next time. Bye-bye.